Good morning, everybody. So I am Teacher Joker from Waju Culture School. I am handling grade 5/1 under the English program. So this morning, our subject is science, and we're going to talk about the classification of consumers. So are you ready? Okay, so I hope everybody's ready. So we're now going to start our lesson. And before we start our new lesson for today, I would like to read first the vocabulary. First, we have here consumer, consumer, herbivores, herbivores, carnivores, carnivores, and the last one, omnivores, omnivores. So those are just some of our vocabularies for today. By the way, what does it mean by consumer? When we say consumer, any living things that depend on plants and other animals for food. That means that all living things that eat plant or animals are considered consumer. Like for example, we human beings or people. As you can see in the slide, we have here a girl eating vegetables and fruits and a boy eating chicken. Okay, so they're considered consumer. Humans are considered consumer because we are eating animals and plants. For in animals and plants are considered living things. Okay? So again, when we say consumer, all living things that eat other living things, such as plants and animals. Understand? So that is what consumer means. Now let's proceed to our main topic, which is the classification of consumers based on what they eat. Okay, so we have three classification of consumers over here based on what they eat. First is herbivores. Okay, so as what I remember, I discussed this one to you last semester. So we're just having a recap on our lessons before. So first classification is herbivores. So again, what is herbivores? These are animals that eat only plants. Okay? So again, I repeat, herbivores are animals that eat only plants. Next classification, carnivores. Carnivores. And what does carnivores mean? It means these are animals that eat only other animals. Okay? So carnivores are animals that eat only other animals. They don't eat other plants. It's only animals or meat. Okay? Now let's have the third classification, which is omnivores. Omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both animals and plants. Okay, so how about you? What do you think is your classification? Are you herbivores, carnivores, or omnivores? Okay, human beings are considered omnivores because we eat both animals and plants. Okay, so later on I will be showing you some of the examples of these three classifications. So are you ready to see the examples? Now these are the examples of herbivores. Okay, we have here a rabbit. Why is it rabbit considered a herbivores? Because they eat only plants. They do not eat animals, but they eat only plants. And as what I've said a while ago, herbivores are animals that eat plants. Okay? So an example of herbivores is we have here rabbit. Another example of herbivores is a goat. Okay, so goat eat plants. That's why they are considered herbivores. Next is caterpillar. Okay, caterpillar. They eat leaves of a plant. That's why they are considered herbivores. Okay? So all animals are, yes, all animals that eat plants are considered herbivores. Okay? And the second classification is carnivores. And here are some of the examples of carnivores. These are on your book also, so you can open your book and look, take a look. So an example of carnivores is an eagle. Eagle. Okay, so what does an eagle eat? They eat other animals such as chicken or fish, for example. Therefore, they are considered carnivores because they eat other animals. Okay, let's see the other example. Oh, we have here lion. So lion eat other animals. That's why they are considered carnivores. And the last one, we have crocodile. So as you could see in the picture, crocodile eats fish and other kinds of animals. Now the last classification, we have here omnivores. Omnivores are animals that eat both animals and plants. Like for example, a bear. A bear eats fish, but they can also eat plants. Therefore, they belong to omnivores, or they are omnivores animal. Next is chicken. Chicken can eat plants and other animals. Like for example, a worm. Chicken eats worm, but they also eat corn, for example, or all kinds of leaves. Next example is a pig. Okay, so a pig is considered an omnivores because they eat both plants and animals. They can eat chicken, they can eat also leaves, especially those wild pigs in the mountain, for example. So that's the last example of omnivores. Okay, now let's summarize our lesson for today. So we learned about the classification of animals based on their food or based on what they eat. So we have three classifications, right? Okay, first is we have herbivores. So herbivores are animals that eat only plants, like for example, a rabbit, a goat. So those are just example of herbivorous animals. Next one is we have carnivores. And we said that carnivores are animals that eat other animals. Like for example, we have crocodile, we have eagle. Okay, so that's the second classification of animals based on what they eat. Okay, number three is we have omnivores. So omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals. Okay, like for example is a pig. So a pig can eat an animal and a plant. Also, a chicken. They can eat other animals like a worm. They can also eat a corn or other kinds of plants. Okay, so those are the three classifications of consumers based on what they eat. Again, we have herbivores. Second, we have carnivores. And the last one, we have omnivores. Okay, so before I end up, what does consumers mean? Or what is the meaning of consumer? Okay, when we say consumer, any living things that eat other living things. Okay, or any living things that depends on other living things for food. So that's the meaning of consumer. Okay, let's have now your activity for today. So for your activity today, I would like you to write the following statements below. So write this one on your notebook and then read and take a video. Okay? So again, write this one on your notebook and then take a video, send in our line. Understand? And that's all for today, class. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions about our lesson for today, please message me in line. So see you again and goodbye.